Param has just been promoted to a senior role at a small business. His manager, Mary, is confident he's up to the challenge. He's one of her top performers after all. With business picking up, Mary expects a busy few months, including the occasional need to action requests out of hours. There's been chatter about the right to disconnect, but Mary isn't concerned. She's heard it doesn't even apply to senior staff. And she assumes Param already knows what's expected of him. Or so she thought. A few weeks later, Mary gets an urgent client request after hours. Param knows the project best, so she messages him, but gets no reply. Mary's frustrated and worried about the impact on the project. She thought Param understood the expectations of his senior role, so she decides to speak with him. Param explains he was putting his kids to bed and didn't check his phone until after 9 p.m. Besides, he thought the new rules meant that staff didn't have to action work after hours, or monitor, or respond to messages. Mary is now questioning her understanding of the rules and realises she needs to find out more. Mary checks out the Fair Work Ombudsman's website to understand the rules. She also finds tips for how she can better manage issues that might come up, how to discuss expectations with her team, and examples to help understand how the right to disconnect could apply in practice. Mary learns that there's a lot of myths out there about the right to disconnect. It doesn't mean employees can ignore all after-hours contact from their employer if doing so would be unreasonable. And there's no blanket rule about senior staff being excluded from the rules. It's about understanding the rules, talking and engaging with your employees about the right to disconnect and their circumstances, considering the types of situations that may come up, setting expectations on what's reasonable, and reviewing by checking in regularly with your employees to see how things are going. Mary and Param chat about what the rules actually mean and how they apply to their workplace, with Mary admitting she should have clarified things sooner. She explains that because of his senior position and the nature of the work, there may be times when he'll need to monitor, read, or respond to important out-of-hours messages, including those from clients. Mary assures him it will only be if things can't wait until the morning and that his higher salary compensates him for this. Param appreciates the explanation. He describes his responsibilities outside of work and says he feels having some boundaries in place is really important. He worries that if he's expected to monitor, read, or respond to things every night, it's going to impact his home life. Makes him feel a little overwhelmed. Mary clarifies that it does not mean Param has to monitor his work messages every night. They discuss his commitments outside of work and how Mary will call him only if something is urgent and needs his input after he is clocked off. Mary puts the new arrangement in writing and sends it to Param. Now Mary and Param both understand what is expected and they're confident they're on the same page. Mary meets with her other employees one-on-one to talk about the right to disconnect, out-of-hours contact, and setting expectations. Knowing the rules and talking about expectations helps everyone work better together and resolve any issues. There are two different agencies in the Fair Work system that can help: the Fair Work Ombudsman and the Fair Work Commission. While they sound similar, they're separate government bodies with different roles. If things can't get resolved in the workplace, employers and employees can apply to the Fair Work Commission to deal with right to disconnect disputes. A simple conversation makes all the difference. For more info, visit fairwork.gov.au/right to disconnect or call the Fair Work Ombudsman on 13 13 94.